Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, ICP family, you guys have been killing it. You guys have been killing it. And you know what? We might just have to start covering ICP every single day, or at least, 5 times a week, or we can do 2 to 3 times a week. At the end of the day, it is ultimately up to you guys. Just know, of course, if I do every single day, then there's only so much information I can give you every 24 hours. But the benefit is that you get a consistent peace of mind and you're going to be up to date, pretty much every 24 hours consistently. So, you know what? It is ultimately up to you guys. Leave in the comments saying, hey, yeah, we want every day. Hey, we want 5 times a week, maybe 2 to 3 times a week. Because personally, guys, you guys have been killing it and you deserve the spotlight. The likes, the comments, the subscribers, the views. Clearly, you guys are here. Clearly, you guys care and you deserve your spot. So if you want every single day, just let me know and we can make it happen. I'm more than happy to, right? I'm more than happy to. Listen, if you know me, you know I am high on ICP, right? Two things. I'm high on ICP, and I do believe the big bang for ICP is just around the corner. Okay, I believe it is literally just around the corner. So let's look at this chart and let's dissect it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we can see the last few months, practically, let's just say early to mid March, we have been consolidating. Okay, so a few months of just sideways movement. Now, listen, I know that could be a little bit devastating to some people because we have seen some coins have some decent rallies or move a little bit better. Um, and ICP has just kind of been lingering, let's just say around generally around 460 to let's just say 590, right? It's kind of been lingering. But listen, there's a purpose. Okay. There is a purpose. Because when things start to sell off, right? When things start to sell off, and we can see how start to sell off practically in the beginning of December, we were in sell-off territory, a little bit sideways in February, but then boom, ultimately in the end, we just kept selling off, right? When things go from selling off for a couple months to then going sideways for a couple months, that means the momentum has shifted. Okay, that means we are preparing for blast off. And here's the deal, people, right? ICP has been trading very, and I mean very, very fundamentally over the last few months. And there is a purpose to this, okay? It's not just, to be slow and to be annoying, to do this, to do that. No, its purpose is so when it does start going up, and it will start going up, I believe it's going to start going up fundamentally. So you may see some nice days, but overall, you might see an 8% day, 10%, 15%. I don't think you're going to see anything too crazy just yet because I believe ICP, you know, it is preparing for its next leg up the upside, but I believe it's going to do it fundamentally. You have to realize, right, when the end times are here, and by end times, I mean the exciting altcoin season, these coins, they start to become very, very fundamental. When they start going sideways fundamentally, they start going to the upside fundamentally for the most part, right? I can show you guys an example. Maybe you guys hold this coin, maybe don't. But look, something like Turbo, right? Boom. Okay, fundamental. Look how fundamental this is, right? Take it from here. It goes ping, pong, ping, pong, ping, pong, ping, pong, ping, pong. So fundamental. Okay, sure, Turbo had a nice day, had like a 50% day. But what happened? It started to sell off fundamentally. It's going to get corrected fundamentally. And then eventually it's going to start going up fundamentally. So you have to realize the markets are in a current state right now where even if you pump nice and quickly, you're just going to come back down very slowly to then start going up again. Okay. So do not get demotivated. Do not think, oh, we need to be pumping right now, crazy days, 50% days, 40% days, 100% days. Those times are going to come very, very soon. I can assure you that. I can assure you all the data suggests we are closer to the finale than we are even the center. And most definitely, we are not nowhere near the beginning, right? The beginning is like you can debate somewhere mid 2023, maybe beginning of 2023, right? We are nowhere near the beginning. We are close to the end. We're still a couple months off, but we're close to the end. Look, every time there's some type of accumulation, a breakout happens, right? We can see here, right? Boom, general accumulation. Doesn't have to be perfect. Boom, boom, to the upside, right? Of course, we got to sell off after, but the context and the purpose was different. Okay, boom, right? Accumulation here. And you could even debate, well, this whole territory also kind of counts as accumulation, right? Boom and boom, right? So we're just kind of accumulating generally here, and then boom, what happens? A big rally. Now, right? I do think we are going to have something where we get a double pump. Okay. So we are probably going to be climbing up fundamentally, but we are also going to speed up at one point. But the difference is we're going to ignore whatever big gap we leave. Because, ladies and gentlemen, something like this, you have to realize, yeah, this is fantastic. We all want this, right? Going from practically $5 to $12 in a single week. Yeah, that's great. But eventually it has to get corrected. But the next time we get that, we're not going to correct right away. Okay. We're not going to correct right away. I believe overall, in the bigger picture, we are pretty much replicating what we had down here. Okay. Where we just go bang, 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 right? We have kind of the middle ground. We kind of have the middle ground. Then we have downwards, up, downwards, downwards, up, downwards, right? It's not literally like 100% the same, but it's like 95 to 98% the same. I mean, it's like literally almost the same type of structure, right? And we are right now kind of in this state right over here, right? We are kind of here. But the difference you got to remember was the times were different here. And not only that, but ICP was preparing to go from, let's say, $3 to 20. This time around, we're going to be preparing to go from, let's say, $5, $6 to 60 to 70, even maybe 100. Okay. So it's going to take longer. There's a reason why it's taking longer. I know some people are getting impatient, but listen, this patience you guys have will pay off. Okay. I can assure you that it will pay off. The next time we're going to have some type of leg to the upside, generally speaking, right? We're going to surpass these two zones, right? We're going to surpass this zone and we're going to surpass this zone just the same way as we did over here, right? Back in 2023, right? This us surpassing the zone all the way up here would seem crazy. Like, what? What? If I take the Fibonacci tool, I take it from the bottom to here, us going to the 3.27 zone? Nah, that sounds crazy. But it's not. I can assure you that it's not. Right? If I take it from here to down here, right? Boom, 3.27, around $60. And look, I do believe we will be hitting that. And I do believe actually we'll be hitting even higher. Okay? Because we have this weekly institutional candle over here. All right, we have this weekly institutional candle here. We also have a lot of imbalance, right? We have imbalance from here to here. And of course, even the Fibonacci tool suggests that we could easily hit $60 or even above. When we go to something like the market cap, boom, 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 ICP, right? ICP ranked 38 in the world, 3 billion, 60 million in volume, right? We can see, ladies and gentlemen, if we were just to 10x, that's $56.60 for 30 billion market cap. And for us, we've been saying we're going to be range. This is one of those coins that's going to be between 35 and 45 billion market cap. Okay. So for me, this has a 15x potential, which, like I said, that would put it into somewhere in the 70s, even maybe the low 80s. So yeah, that is the high probability scenario. Next time, we'll talk about the maximum ICP can go in a cycle. I'm super excited about this coin. I believe it's going to do well. Love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.